Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Allen East High School on this U.S. Plastic Store football preview here with the Allen East Mustangs. Mike Abbey, the head coach, and Ross Stewart on set alongside Mark Kunz. I am Chris Parks here as we continue our football previews. A cool morning here for August, but a great first day, I'm sure, for you guys. A lot of energy is what I saw, at least in the 15 or 20 minutes I was here. Did you see a good first practice here so far, Coach?
Yeah, we were out here 7 a.m. bright and early today, Monday morning, first day of 2 days, and guys showed up and they were ready to go. They think I'm a little crazy at 6:45, hooting and hollering, and no coffee or anything. But it's first day of football, and got to have a little energy out here.
You always have a lot of energy, though. So
I can usually bring it. That's I've learned that from my dad and how to flip that switch on and off. Mm-hmm. And you got to be able to do that. And that's one of the things my seniors have definitely learned in the last couple of years. And like you said, the excitement level and the passion seems to be high around here right now. So it's just the beginning, and we got a long way to go, but it's going to be a fun journey, I think.
Ross certainly brought it last year. We're 1,300 yards rushing. As one of the seniors coming back this year, how excited are you to get started on your senior campaign?
Yeah, we're excited. We've worked hard all winter, and I think all the guys are ready to take off and see what we can do.
Offensively, you guys put up a lot of points in most of your games last season. Can we expect a lot of that again this season out of your offensive unit?
Yeah, I think so. I think that we returned most of our guys. We lost our quarterback and a couple of linemen, but we returned everybody.
One of the things you do have to replace, though, Coach, is quarterback. Just bring us up to speed on what you're expecting out of the quarterback position going into this year.
Well, Casey Crow graduated last year, set a couple records for us, single game and single season. So he was a pretty good quarterback for us and led our team. And we were just talking about that. Our quarterbacks have not completed a varsity pass this year or at any time in the past. So Tanner Stippick is a junior. He's got a little a shoulder injury right now, and he's going out to hopefully get a good reading on his MRI today. And we got a couple young freshmen, and we've moved one of our senior leaders, Logan Rexon, to quarterback, and he's going to do a great job. He accepted that role, and I just think that with this team, it's kind of hard to put a young freshman into that spot. I had our sophomore quarterback break his thumb during camp here last week, and so that's definitely a little question mark for us. But we got some great athletes there and some kids that are going to do a great job, and we're expecting them to step up.
Outside of the quarterback position, who do you see as skill players, receivers, running backs? Any guys returning from 2012?
Well, obviously we have Ross here, and he's our workhorse, and I tell you what, he's really put the time and effort into the weight room, and his leadership there has definitely rubbed off on all the other guys. The seniors have jumped right in with him, and it's amazing how their leadership, those seniors' leadership, wanting to be in the weight room, calling me, coming over to my house, wanting me to come in and open up the weight room for them. And as I say, it's a great problem to have. It's a problem we haven't had here, and to see those kids want to get in and work hard and get ready for this season is a real tribute to them and how hard that they've been working. Other guys in the backfield there, our receivers, Matt Shuey, he ended up getting hurt last year in the beginning of the third game. Cole Basham is out there. Logan Rex, we've now moved to quarterback, and he'll probably see a little bit of time out there too. And we have a new guy coming out from Lima Senior. We hope we got to get everything done, but Jay Sean might be able to help us out there too a little bit later in the season out there. And running backs, Tyler Friesner, Logan Schick will be playing our halfback spots there, and Alfred Conyers and Trevor Smelter. Those are some other guys that could be touching the ball a little bit back there. So just never know. We've got some nice athletes, but they're going to be shuffling some guys in and out of there, and it should be a lot of people touching the football this year for us.
7-on-7s have become such a big part of the summer, but for a team like Allen East that likes to run the ball, what do you guys get out of a 7-on-7 camp? Let's start with Ross with just your thoughts on what you can get out of the summer 7-on-7s.
Well, just working our passing game, and we might not work passing so much in the regular season, but when we got to have it, it's there, and 7-on-7 works that for sure.
And what about you, Coach? What do you take from 7-on-7s?
Well, we find out who wants to come and play, first of all. We find out who's going to put the time and effort into the summer and what it takes to be a leader and lead the team. and these guys have done a great job of it. Defensively, we've put a lot of time in. We have to improve defensively. For us to improve, we need to improve defensively, and it starts with the coverages and all that, and linebackers getting their drops, and now obviously it starts changing, and linebackers now have to read guards and do other things besides just follow the quarterback and the backs and everything. So, pursuit and all that different kind of stuff, and just the camaraderie and the leadership and all that kind of stuff shows, and how people are going to take criticism and how we're going to deal with pressure and all that, and just getting out there and competing against other schools. And that's one of the things I think we've done real well this summer. We were in a couple different tournaments and stuff, and the guys did a great job.
Coming off a 2-8 season, a couple of close losses in that campaign.
Yeah, there was.
This year, you're down to Division VI with the reshuffling of the playoff format. But the other big change for Allen East comes on the schedule. No longer opening up against Bath. New Bremen, the Week 1 opponent. Just talk about the matchup with the Cardinals coming up.
Well, it is a little bit different. Not traveling to Bath this year. We're going to travel down to New Bremen, that opening game. I think you're going to see two very similar teams that night. I think they're very similar to us. I think they're wing tee oriented, and they're probably going to try to run the ball a little bit also. And I've heard they got a pretty talented quarterback down there. I haven't seen or got to do a whole lot with him yet. I watched a little bit of tape from last year, but I've heard that 7-on-7 they've got a real talented athletic quarterback down there, and we're excited for the change. It is change, and I said, guys, there's going to be change all the time in life, and you got to be excited and be ready, prepared for it. And we're going to go down there on that first Friday in week number 1, and we're going to get ready to play. So it's going to be a fun trip.
Ross, how do you see you guys stacking up against some of your NWC opponents this year? I mean, great rivals with Bluffton and Delphus Jefferson, all those teams that you play year in and year out. How do you guys see yourselves going up against those guys this year?
I think the league's definitely more balanced than it has been in the past.
Okay.
All the teams are closer together talent-wise. I think that anybody could beat anybody any given Friday.
All right, we're going to take a quick time out of this U.S. Plastic Store high school football preview. When we come back, more from the Allen East Mustangs here on WOSN.
Welcome back to Allen East High School on this U.S. Plastic Store football preview here for 2013. The Allen East Mustangs, Alfred Conyers and Logan Rex joining me here as we take a look at Allen East's stadium behind us here in our second segment. Let's start first with you, Logan. A little bit of shuffling for you. Coach kind of mentioned in the first segment you may be playing a little bit of quarterback this year. Not really sure where you're going to be at on the field. What's that kind of like going into camp this year for you?
It's definitely new learning quarterback. It's a change, but it's nice to have running backs like Ross and Alfred and all those other guys to hand the ball off to. It takes a lot of pressure off of you.
Certainly. Alfred, what do you expect out of the backfield yourself? You got Ross Stewart back. It seems like you guys are going to be really strong in the backfield. Is that going to be a strong suit this year?
Yeah, I think we're going to do pretty good. I mean, we got some strong backs, worth ethics looking good, and I just expect us to do a lot. I think we're going to do pretty good this year.
You guys had a really talented offense last year, 20 or more points 5 times last season. Just kind of comment a little bit on trying to continue that and just continue to put up points. What do you guys have to do?
Well, we got to work as a team for one. Everybody as strong as everybody. Go out there and play hard.
Logan, you guys do have kind of a more run-oriented offense. Will we see that this season, or will there be a chance we'll see maybe a little bit more passing? What's your take so far?
We're definitely still run-first team, and we mix in. All our passes come off our run, so we just run the ball, set everything up, and when it's there, we'll have to make plays passing the ball.
You said you played quarterback a little bit in junior high school, a chance here maybe in your final season. What's that like kind of getting back into that quarterback type of mode instead of playing a different position?
It's definitely different. You're in control of everything, and you have to be the one to take over and run the offense, and you got to be in charge of everybody.
Got to be that leader out there on the field. Alfred, you guys open up with New Bremen instead of Bath. It's a little bit different because you guys are so used to open up with those Bath Wildcats. What's it like taking on a totally different opponent in week number 1?
Well, I'm ready. I've been waiting, for a really long time to go out there and play, and I think we're going to do pretty good. I mean, there's always going to be a change, and I think this is about to be a change this year. Should
be good. You guys have similar size schools almost, a similar talent level. Should be pretty interesting coming up in week number 1. Does it feel kind of surreal that you guys are back out of here on the field, Logan? First day of 2 days here, beginning of August. School starts in a couple weeks. Is it kind of hard to believe?
Yeah, it goes fast. I mean, it feels like it's still the first week of June. We're out here at camp and lifting. It still feels like we should still be doing that.
Hard to believe it's the beginning of August here. These two guys off the hot seat here. When we return, Mark will join two more players here from Allen East as we continue on this U.S. Plastic Store football preview here from Allen East.
Welcome back to this U.S. Plastic Store high school football preview as we continue to talk Allen East Mustang football, joined now by Jay-Sean Martin and Jacob Lawrence, two more of Mike Abbey seniors. And Jay-Sean, we'll start off with you. We know with Ross Stewart in the backfield, Allen East is going to run the ball. You think you give them a little bit of a weapon, though, on the outside when you got to throw the ball?
Yeah, for sure.
What personal goals do you have for this season, knowing that you're on a run-dominated team?
Catch as many balls as I can, run upfield, make touchdowns, score the ball. Do what I can to help the team.
Also, you're going to return kicks as well.
Yes.
How important is it on that kick return team to kind of start off with good field position?
It's very important. Get the best field position we can and get up the field.
Jacob Lawrence, center on this offensive line. Yeah. You guys open up those holes for Ross. How's this offensive line come together over the summer?
We're just doing good. Everybody's coming back except for one, and I think we found that piece. I think we're going to be a force.
Looks like you guys have got some good size on that line.
Yeah. Our two tackles about 250 plus, and the guard 200. I'm the smallest guy, about $190. So,
last year Allen East over 20 points a game, good offensively. Defense, there was times where you guys could have done a little bit better. What have you done? What are you stressing to do better defensively this year? We'll start with Jacob.
We just got to play as a team, no individual, because without a team you can't do anything.
Jay-Sean, give us a little look at the secondary for Allen East this year.
Working on zones and keeping our blocks and just running.
How have you seen Coach Abbey grow here in his second season now as the head football coach?
Well, he's definitely gotten to us. We're inspired by him. He motivates us, and I think we're ready to go.
Looking at the Northwest Conference this year, as I think Ross said earlier, it's kind of a wide-open league right now. Just how do you guys see this league looking this season?
It's going to be a toss-up between there's everybody, really. I mean, it could be anybody's any given Friday, just like Ross said.
We know New Bremen is the main goal right now, but looking at the rest of the schedule, Jay-Sean, are there any games you're looking forward to in
LCC.
particular? Looking for the T-Birds?
Yep.
And LCC out of the NWC this year, but they were going to play most of the teams in the conference. So are you guys still kind of looking at LCC as the measuring stick?
Well, it's a challenge. See how good we are.
Jacob, what do you think you guys need to work on the most between now and that New Bremen game?
Just stay together. It's a team, and without us being a team, we're not going to make it.
Jay-Sean, what do you feel the best about going into this season with this team?
Well, they're all on you. They're all good motivation, and they work hard. I like it.
All right, sounds good. Allen East Mustangs, they'll open up against New Bremen. Then they play their NWC slate with that LCC game thrown in there, and they wrap up the season non-conference against Mount Gilead. For Chris Parks and Mike Abbey, Ross Stewart, Alfred Conyers, Logan Rex, Jacob Lawrence, and Jay-Sean Martin, I'm Mark Kunz. We'll see you next time on WOSN.